good. So before we get into why we look like we're back in school, I'm going to talk to you about workouts today. And it's a big part of our life. It's actually been a part of how we got introduced to each other. Yeah, how we got introduced to each other when we first got together. And I thought 99. I thought it would be great to talk to you about how different seasons looked for us in our workouts and our fitness. And we've been pretty consistent over the years. And over 20 years we've been together, 24 years, 21 married. Really what our workouts look like, because they look a lot different than they used to back when we were in our later 20s. So we wanted to share that with you, and up to the point where now, where we're wearing weighted backpacks and walking.
Late 20s, we met.
What kind of workouts were you doing?
Fitness. We were always into fitness separately, but together we started doing some cycling, road bikes, century ride.
We didn't start doing that. We did not start doing that.
What are you talking about?
We didn't. You came and took my boxing class and spinning class, right?
Yes.
And you were checking me out. It's like, ooh, who's that guy?
Who's that hot specimen?
So we were gym people and just living in the city. Even before we met, you were working out at a gym in New York, like a box gym, they call them now. So just so you know what a box gym is, just like your normal gym. You know, your LA Fitness. In New York, you have New York Sports Club.
Crunch.
Here, Crunch, Planet Fitness, that type of thing. So we talk about a box gym. And I was actually teaching and working at them, doing spinning, doing some group classes, that kind of stuff. And then
we met
and
took some classes, some boxing classes.
Took some boxing
classes. And decided to get more outdoor and enjoy Central Park, and did some training for a century ride for team and training for the Leukemia Society, because I worked in oncology at that time. Yeah.
That was kind of crazy. Yeah, well, we were basically just doing it so we could party and have fun and keep the weight off at that time. So that was our 20s, right? And then we got married, so that changed. We moved to Florida, and that changed, and we started to work out a little differently. We're doing more outside stuff. Yeah, not as often, not as hardcore. I actually stopped spinning. I stopped spinning then. I stopped taking like all the group classes.
Yeah.
We weren't doing that, but we were still hitting the gym. And then probably doing some running.
Outside stuff.
At that point too, yeah. So, and then family, we started a family. So of course, Nicole's routine changed a little bit. But
chasing kids.
Yeah, chasing kids. I say it was a little bit more like divide and conquer. We weren't working out together after we started a family. It was more like, who is watching the kids? Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Like, I'll go at this time and then you can watch the kids, and then I'll come home and we'll switch it off.
Still trying to get it done, because it's always been a priority for us.
Do you remember? We also had a total gym. I remember when she was pregnant, and I think I picked up from like one of the used consignment stores that had like equipment, Play It Again Sports or something like that. And I got a total gym for you to use. I think you used it like, what, 6 times maybe?
Yeah, not so much.
7 times. Anyway, so.
I use it as a drying rack for my clothes.
So different seasons. And then, you know, we were fortunate to get into the next level, which was pretty intense because we ended up opening a gym. So we went from all of that to then moving into 5,000 square feet of space. You know, it took about 2 years of my life as I was training to learn how to open up a gym we had. And that was a great experience, because then that pushed us really hard. And that was more your intense, high intense interval stuff, where you see now like your Orange Theories and your CrossFits and that sort of stuff. We were kind of pre all of those things. We did like ropes and kettlebells and
sledgehammers.
Oh man, my arm is getting tired. Let's talk there.
Sledgehammers, kettlebells, just functional fitness. It was awesome.
And who's interrupting us right now? That's all right, you can leave it. So we did, so we had a gym we opened up, and it was like small group training. That was really fun. It was hard, and of course we had the accountability because we kind of had to set the example, set the bar, and that was awesome. So that was in like 2008 to 2015. And then from there it just transferred. We started to get a little bit older. Our kids were getting a little bit older. And yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so we thought we'd actually share with you why we look like we're going to school.
A little backpack.
Well, we've been out of school. These are actually rucksacks. And if you see Go Ruck, it's a company we use. And we started to put weight in our backpacks. What, the end of the year? Beginning of the year? Beginning of this year.
You a little earlier than me.
And we're doing what's called a ruck, which is a little different than a walk. And really the difference is that we're carrying these backpacks and they have some weight in them. How much weight do you have?
20 pounds.
20 pounds. And I think I have 40. I kind of go from 30 to 50 depending, and I did legs earlier today. So right now I'm going to be doing 40. Yeah, I think it feels like 40. So I got 40 pounds in here. She has 20. When we first got married and it had kids, and then we opened the gym, and that was like mid-30s, late 30s. Remember your sister coming to the gym and bringing a big giant cookie for my 40th.
Yeah.
And I was doing push-ups.
Over the...
That was fun. Yeah, fun times. It was great. We had a great little community, and Landing Beach Performance.
It was really special.
If you're watching this now and you remember that gym, I'd love to hear from you. Drop some comments down below. If you like that gym, if you want it back, don't worry, we're not bringing it back. Sorry.
No brick and mortar for us.
No more brick and mortar.
No.
We needed some more freedom. That's partly why we're doing this.
We're taking it outside.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the road.
And learning how to carry weight so we can keep the weight off.
Yeah.
That's part of it. After about 6 years, the gym, so we closed that chapter. And at the same time, in a way, for my fitness, it was kind of good because there were some hard workouts. We were doing things like bear crawls and tire jumps and tire flips and
swinging
rope climbs. And those are all great. And you know what? I know to some extent those could be helpful now too, but it's definitely not the season of life that we're in. And I don't know if you've ever done any workouts like that, but they're good and they can be really helpful. You can get in great shape, but they also come at a risk. So realizing as we were rounding the 40s, oh my gosh, now it's 50.
10 years.
Yeah, I think for me, one of the big things when we sold the gym, that was like a really turning point, because I remember not wanting to do any kind of weight training or strength training, and I just ran for a while. And that was a moment I realized I was getting older, because I started to feel my knee, and I never really had any injuries, over the course of the years. That was a godsend to have because it was my livelihood. But when I started to run, I really started to get some aches and pains that weren't there before. And I know you felt those too.
A little.
From running.
I realized cardio wasn't the only answer. We needed to do more weight training again.
More weight training. Yeah.
That.
You?
Yeah, I've gotten into weight training. I'm not afraid.
You get into it a little bit more now. Oh, we got a little butterfly. Here we are now, breaking 50, both of us. Now I can say we are in our 50s.
We are.
It's official. I can say that.
But it's better than the alternative of not being here. So yes, I'm embracing 50.
But big thing is we haven't stopped. So I want to encourage you, even if you didn't start maybe in your 20s, maybe you're in your 50s now and you haven't really started. The good news is you can start now. That's really the best part.
Yes.
And
if you slowed down a little, it's all right, because we did too. Now you just get back into something. Find something that you love.
I think that's the big thing is you don't even have to love it enough to love the benefit of what it does for you. So maybe you don't want to exercise. Maybe you hate the thought of sweating. You just have to realize what that leads to, right? Like we've heard before, it's not like you just have to want what you want, but you want to want what that what leads to. And we know that it leads for us. Good health allows us to be fun and have an active relationship. Also, we can model that for our kids, which are both fairly active and fit themselves. That's a plus. That was a huge plus. And I can tell you, they definitely hated the fitness stuff all the time when they were little. They wanted to be kids, right? They wanted to eat junk food and hang out, and they wanted to play outside, but they didn't want to do any kind of exercise, if you will. And now look at them. They're both at the gym more than us sometimes. It is a little hot today. It was probably 80 maybe.
80,
Florida, high 70s.
Summer, June.
Yeah, it's a nice breeze. And we're out and about. We are doing walks pretty much every day. We shoot for 10,000 steps. Not always with a pack, but we try to get at least one walk with a pack a day. Maybe it's 3 miles, 4 miles, 5 miles. And it's been a really great fit for us for now in our season of where we're at and what we're trying to achieve. And we have some goals that we have set in the months ahead that are going to require us to be pretty active, to have pretty good cardiovascular. And even though there's no mountains here, we are going to be doing some more mountains soon as a way to kind of help balance that out, if you will. We figured weighted pack would be a great way to help us get a little bit more condition, right?
Yes,
get our body conditioned.
A bit more of a challenge.
Maybe you're trying to get started, or maybe you're trying to get inspired. We do want to inspire you to get up and get out and move more, even if you're just starting with a normal walk. And that's kind of part of this, is not just to share what we've done in the past, but to actually help you with where you're at right now, so that your future, you can look back and say, wow, really glad. Wait till the helicopter goes over. We live right near the Mayport Naval Base, so we got an old military helicopter. We'll pause.
Can't compete with that.
Pause for the helicopter. Where you want to be in the next maybe month, 6 months, year, and how to get started. Because really one of the best things we've learned in our season is you got to decide what you want and what you're trying to achieve, and then what's the best way to get there. And for us right now, it's not running, taking action, yeah.
Action. Actually, the thoughts, motivation, and
none of that stuff matters.
If you're not taking action on it,
yeah, to do it. I honestly didn't want to walk today or to record this video, to be honest with you. I got a lot of stuff going on, but I knew we made a commitment to each other to do this, and a commitment to being in this YouTube page and starting this, which is new, and we're just newbies, so give us some grace, please. We ask for some grace. So one of the ways you can get started on your fitness journey is simply using the 2 things that God gave you to move, and that's your feet. So it can start as simple as going for a walk around your neighborhood, and maybe even if that's too much, just go for a walk around your house. You can maybe go walk to your neighbor's house and back, and then from there gradually to increase. We didn't start with 40 pounds. She didn't start with 20 pounds in her backpack. We started with a lighter weight. We started by having a good base from walking, and then we just gradually progress. I think the hard thing a lot of people struggle with when they're on a fitness journey is they kind of get stuck doing the same thing over and over again. Does that sound familiar?
Yes, so you gotta get a variety.
It's easy to get comfortable, especially if you're kind of an exerciser. You know, if you're like a gym person or an exerciser and you're used to running or you're used to going to the gym, you're used to doing the same thing. The problem is you do the same thing over and over again. You know the definition of insanity, that's what it is. That's part of really the value too, is when you start to challenge yourself and you realize, wow, like I didn't know I could carry a 40-pound pack for 5 miles. Like, did you think you could carry a 20-pound pack?
I didn't.
No.
Never thought about it.
Not even, you're like not even wanting to do.
Thought about it.
Not even wanting to do. I didn't have a desire.
Then when you don't wear it, like when we went to Switzerland, we didn't have our packs. We were just hiking up and using, you know, altitude and beautiful mountains, and it felt quite a bit easier. And we were kind of conditioned because we had been training with these packs for a couple months before going.
Why are you sitting?
You made me.
I made you sit?
You made me sit. I'm gonna time out.
Halfway.
I'm gonna time out. It's always good to take a rest. I have to remind myself. See, be still. Favorite Bible verse, be still and know I'm your God. But for me, I need to be still.
Be still.
Stop.
Okay, so now that you heard a little bit of our background in fitness, and if you didn't know, that's pretty much what I've done my whole adult life as a profession, and Nicole being next to me for 20 years and working in healthcare and as a nurse practitioner, it's pretty much been a big part of our lives. And it may not be a part of yours, so we'd like to know how we can help you in your fitness journey. We'd love you to ask questions down in the comments. Maybe you have a question about how to get started on a fitness journey. Maybe you're feeling old or a little intimidated. You want to get back to the gym, or maybe you have some past injuries and limitations, and all legit things to be concerned about, but not to give you a reason not to do it. So, and again, it doesn't mean you have to be a power walker with weight on your backpack. You can get started just taking one small step. And I don't know what that looks like for you, but we'd love to help you. So however we can help you, drop down in the comments. And of course, if you enjoy this, we're not going to be just sharing about our fitness. We'll be sharing about our adventures and travels, all kinds of things, our faith.
Faith, life, parenting.
By no means do we have it all put together. I would say it's actually probably the opposite. But I do know part of our life has been molded around being around people and learning from others who have been where we're trying to get to. We both have had coaches and mentors over the years who have been really, really valuable. And we also look up to people in our lives who have strong core values and who are doing it well. Like I said, we don't have all the answers, but yeah.
We don't claim to.
But we'd like to maybe inspire you and encourage you, and maybe you have an aspiration to want more for yourself just as we do, and we welcome you to come along the journey with us. What else? That's it.
Hope to see you there.
Hope to see you there. Take care. I don't like walking back because every time we turn a corner, it says wrong way. Hey, wait, it tells us, it's saying we're going the wrong way. Do we need to turn around?
No.
Oh, okay, no. It's like negative reinforcement. We need positive reinforcement. You're doing it. You got this. You can do this.
You need a cheerleader.
It's hot out here. Summer's coming.
Almost here.
All right, so you want to get started and you know you have 2 feet and you know you can use them and you want to start walking, but you don't know where to start. And maybe you're not ready for a backpack. So what I would recommend, and maybe you can share your thoughts on what you'd recommend, is make sure you have good footwear, especially if you live somewhere hot that you have water. Take a sweat towel if you have no hair, like me, maybe some sunscreen, some sunglasses.
And just go.
And just go.
Just go.
Just
5
go.
minutes, 10 minutes, just go.
5,
Stop
10 minutes,
about it.
turn
Just go.
around, and then head back. And if that was pretty good, then the next day, go out.
Again.
We strive for
again,
10,000
consistent.
steps. And 10,000 steps, to give you an idea, is about 5 miles. And that sounds like a lot, and it even did for us about a year ago, probably, until you just start going and doing it, and then you realize it's not as bad. I think the hardest part is learning how to budget your time and making the time for yourself to go and do it, because it's easy to just get distracted. So if you're that type of person that lets everybody else's priorities get in the way of you taking care of you, this could be your chance. Even if it's 10 minutes at a time, guarantee you it's going to help benefit you. You're like, oh, Mark, I'm super busy. Well, you could do 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and you could probably get 20 to 30 minutes in before you know it. That could be a few thousand steps to get started.
Your health is pretty important.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't think your health is pretty important, then nah, you don't need to bother. But I definitely recommend that you get started, and like Nicole said, to just go. Just take action and go. You can do this. And if you need any help, let us know. We're here to help. Oh. Wrong way. All right, I'd take a quick break. In hindsight, I probably should have taken one of those selfie sticks. I don't really own one, so I'm just holding this by my hand being out in front of us. Yeah, I'm a bit wimpy, even though the phone is only, how much does a phone weigh? I gotta hit the weights, I guess. My arm is tired again, oh my goodness. Let's see if I hold it with my left arm, it's probably gonna bounce. All right, hold on a second, let me shake it out. Am I that wimpy? Why don't you hold it?
For a while. No, my arms are short. Hello.
Oh, that's not fair. Okay. All right. No pooping on the yard.
I'm sorry. I get in trouble. Do they see me?
No pooping. Wait, you wanted to say bye too? I think I cut it off before you said bye. Bye.